All right, Facebook Live. What's going on, my peoples? Well, I'm really excited because tonight's going to be a Facebook Live that I'm going to do. I'm going to talk to you about why I believe that the Virtual Millionaire Club is your best chance to become wealthy. And I'm going to get my camera aimed a little better here. I had it aimed right, and then my phone told me that I couldn't do it because I didn't have enough bandwidth, so I needed to set up my. What's up, Keisha Bass? I needed to set up my turn on my Wi-Fi. So welcome tonight. I'm really excited for you. Let me see. That's that side. This is this side. So I need to shine some light on me because I can't see you. If I can't see me, you probably can't see me. Okay, and that's not messing up the board too much. So funny getting your lighting set up when you're doing this is more than a notion sometimes. So anyway, welcome Rod, glad to have you here. Lakeisha, good to see you. And I'm really kind of jacked out of my mind. I'm learning a lot of stuff about Facebook Live. I can't wait to teach it to all of you, the stuff that I'm learning. Hey there, Sonia. And you know, the video that we did last night, the training that I did last night on the law of advancement, when we got done, it had like 700 and something views, and it's because of you. I mean, so thank you and congratulations. Thank you for sharing it, and congratulations for being a part of this movement that we're starting together. And all of you that are watching me right now who have already joined the Virtual Millionaire Club, you are a part of the initial founding charter members of the VMC, and I'm really excited about that because I really believe that we'll go on to have thousands of members and then tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands and could go into the millions, because when people begin to realize how powerful this is, this thing that we have in our hands, it's so simple and yet so powerful, because true power is always simple. So hey there, Pat, how are you? And Michael Williams, good to see you as well. So I'm really glad that y'all are here. You're going to want to grab a pen and a piece of paper. I'm not going to go really long tonight, but I am going to share some things with you. I'm going to give you a little bit about my backstory and why I started the Virtual Millionaire Club. I've done a lot of things that have made a lot of money for myself and for my family, and I've done a lot of things that have made a lot of money for a few other people. And when I say a few, I mean maybe hundreds, but not thousands, right? And oftentimes when you see, quote, business opportunities, they come along, they are advantageous to a small group of people and disadvantageous, or maybe not even disadvantageous, but not as advantageous to the large majority, to the larger whole. And one of the reasons that I started the Virtual Millionaire Club as an affiliate program and not as a multi-level program is because you have to, in order for, I gotta be careful how I say this. In order for network marketing to be a business that some people can succeed in, by its very nature, you have to build into it a component where some people have to not succeed. Not that they're intentionally making someone not succeed, but they're building it based on the fact that they know some people aren't going to succeed. And the beautiful part about what we've created here is the education itself, without the opportunity to earn money, is worth the amount that you spend. Like the product itself, by itself, without any opportunity to make money, is worth the amount of money that you pay for it, which is remarkable. It's remarkable. You know, I had to order some books today, some Trash Man to Cash Man books. I'm looking for one, and I know I've got one in here somewhere. I see Click and Order books everywhere because that's our newest book, right? But I had to order some books today, and even Click and Order. I'll grab this book. So even this book, Click and Order for Brick and Mortar: Online Strategies for Offline Market Domination. This book is what I call my business brain. This is Myron's business brain in a book. From the Trash Man to the Cash Man is my financial literacy brain in a book. And the interesting thing about it is, if you look at the commodity of this book, like the paper that's printed on, maybe this might be, $3 worth of paper, right? But what makes it valuable? What makes this book worth $24.95. You say, well, Myron, why is it worth $24.95? Because that's what people pay for it. So that's got to be what it's worth, right? It's what the market will bear. And what makes it worth that is the content. The strategies that are in here have helped business owners grow their business into 6, 7, and 8 figures. So the content of this book is the value of the book. Well, in reality, the content of the Virtual Millionaire Club is the value of the Virtual Millionaire Club. The fact is, here's the reality. And you guys can, and if you disagree with me, I'm way okay with that. I am so over the idea that I have to be so right that everybody agrees with me. So if you disagree with me, we can still be friends. You can disagree with me and we can still be friends. But the fact is that the content that I teach on these Facebook Lives is more valuable than a lot of content that I've paid for, and my guess is that it's probably more valuable than a lot of content that you've paid for. And I'm talking about the stuff that I've done at night for free for the last couple of weeks is more valuable. The stuff that I've taught is more valuable than a lot of things that you've paid $100 for, $300 for, maybe even $1,000 for. If you tie all of the content of all the things that I've taught you together over the last couple of weeks, it's pretty remarkable. So the value of the content that's inside the Virtual Millionaire Club is worth the money if there were no way for you to make any money, just the stuff that you would learn to make money. The gentleman that wrote the foreword for this book is a dear friend of mine, but he's also a client of mine, my best client I've ever had, actually. But in the foreword of this book, he tells the story about how his business had lost $1.5 million and he owed the IRS $250,000 at the time. And his wife felt like that he needed some encouragement, so she told him about a training that I was doing and suggested that he take his youngest daughter and her husband, who were both marketing majors and had just graduated from college, etc., for this 4-day training. Well, basically, he tells the story about how his business turned around and how within a matter of a couple of years, he went from being over $1 million in debt to doing over $1 million a month in business now, today. So at the time he wrote the foreword for this book, they were doing $10 million a year. Now they're doing over $12 million a year. And the remarkable part is just one little component. I interviewed Katie, and her interview that I did with her is inside the first page of the Virtual Millionaire Club. And I interviewed her, and one of the concepts that I taught them was to create a continuity program. And that continuity program, they've since started 3, and their continuity program that they started, I want you to think about this. What would your life look like if every month, before you got out of bed, you knew you had $235,000 a month coming in? I mean, how would that change your life? Now, I'm not saying you're going to have $235,000 a month, but I'm saying that the guy who wrote the foreword for this book started a business that was hemorrhaging money, and now that business, just from the continuity program, does $235,000 a month in revenue, and that's just the foundation. Now, here's the beauty. The reason that's so powerful, and the reason I believe that the camera's backwards. It's backwards? Is it? I turned it around. Are you sure? Let me see. Myron. Thank you, Rufus. I thought I turned it around. Oh, that's right. I started it over. So I'm going to fix that. I'm not going to fix it like that. I'm going to fix it like this. So sometimes this whole production thing, it's more than a notion. There we go. Thank you, Rufus. Appreciate it, bruh. So what happens is, flip the script. Flip the script to a Myron. That's pretty funny. So the reality is that having a business in a lot of ways is better than having a job. That's the reality, right? So you got having your own business over here, and you got having a job over here. And we've learned our whole life how to get a job, and how to have a job, and how to do a job interview, and how to go to work and get there on time and do a good job while we're there. And we learned all of these skills about having a job. And nobody ever taught us how to have a business. They didn't teach us how to start a business. They didn't teach us how to grow a business. They didn't teach us how to manage a business. They didn't teach us how to run a business. We didn't learn anything about a business. And so if the only skills you have are job skills, then you will always be at the mercy and at the beck and call of someone other than yourself. And you will always be working on something that's in someone else's best interest. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a job. I believe it is an honorable and a noble thing to have a job if that's the only way that you know how to earn enough money to be responsible and to take care of your family. There's nothing wrong with having a job. You know, a lot of times, those of us who are entrepreneurs, we talk about having a business as if in having a business you don't have to work. Well, I hear people who talk about entrepreneurship. Well, I just don't want to work anymore. Well, then you don't want to be an entrepreneur. You don't want to have your own business. My accountant a long time ago said his definition of an entrepreneur is somebody who works 16 hours a day for themselves so they don't have to work 8 hours a day for somebody else, right? So I've got the utmost respect for people that have jobs. Utmost respect. Like, my respect for people with jobs is through the roof. I respect the work that they do. I just decided a long time ago that got old for me. Maybe it's not old for you. Maybe you love your job. And if you do, that's great. And maybe your job loves you, and that's great. But the fact is, there are a lot of people out there right now who are on the verge of going postal because they hate their job. And what they do is they quit that job, and what do? What do they do when they quit their job? They go get another job. Or, worse yet, they buy a job, and they think they're starting a business. So, your best chance, I want you to think about this right now. If you've got a job right now, and let's say you're making $30,000 a year at your job. This is your job income. I don't know. Is that what people make? What's an average income out there? What's an average income out there? Y'all talk to me, because I've been out of the job market since 1994, and I'm not patting myself on the back. Oh, you're so wonderful. I've just been blessed enough to be out of the job market since 1994. So it says, Myron, thanks for that comment. I do love my job, my career, but I'm pushing towards entrepreneurship. Good stuff. Job, Lord help. Yeah. So what do people make? Somebody tell me. 155. People make, the average person makes 155,000 a year. Really? Really? I only know a handful of people who even make 100. Who are out there, doing. My job isn't bad, but it doesn't allow me to fulfill my purpose. I like that, Rod. That's good stuff. 50,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and make this 50,000. Let's go ahead and make this 50,000 a year. So if you're making $50,000 a year, you're probably, my guess is you're probably on salary, right? And if you did, and you don't even want to do the math to figure out what your hourly wage is. If you're like most people, if you're making $50,000 a year. Now, I'm gonna give you the truth about Myron, right? True confession time. I have never had a job making more than $30,000 a year in my life working for somebody else. It's never happened. That has never happened for me, which is one of the reasons why I said I'm going to go do my own thing. And I'm going to tell you something. I hated working for other people. But when I started my own business, I said I'm going to start my own business. And I'm going to tell you something. When I started my own business, I had a problem. And the problem was I had no skills. I had skills, like I could work hard, I could hammer, and I could nail, and I could saw, and I could sweep, and I could turn a wrench, and I could do all that stuff, but I didn't have any business skills. And the average person who's been working a job for any period of time, they don't really have business skills. Why? Because you don't need them. Why develop some skills that are not even going to assist you in the life that you've already created for yourself? So I didn't have any business skills. I'm gonna outline what I believe are some business skills that are absolutely essential in order for you to be successful in business. And these are skills that I didn't have. I did not. Okay, so business skills. What business skills? Business skill number one, I don't care what the business is, you have to learn how, I'm writing sale. You've got to learn how to sell. Doesn't matter what business you're in. Selling is a skill that will make you more successful in that business. I find it fascinating that a person can spend $250,000 going to school to learn how to be a lawyer and learning how to practice law, and that whole time they spend 6 years or 8 years in college, nobody teaches them how to go get any people to practice law for. I find it fascinating. You can talk to doctors. Myron's not making this up. You borrow all this money, you go to school, you learn how to start a medical practice. You might be $500,000 in debt by the time you graduate. You're going to be paying on those loans for the next 30, 40, 50 years, and nobody teaches you how to go out and get a patient. It's fascinating. And it doesn't matter if you're a doctor, or if you're a painter, or if you're an auto mechanic. At the end of the day, you've got to be able to sell. You've got to be able to uncover the value of what you have to offer so well that people are happy to exchange the money they have in their pocket for the value you've revealed. And if you can't do that, then your business is going to struggle. And I'm going to tell you something. I was woefully awful at selling, so I know what it's like to be awful at selling and be in business and have to make sales and not be able to make any sales, which is why when I got started in business, I did it part-time instead of full-time, because I had to have a full-time job to make money because I wasn't making any money at my business. But what I was doing at my business, because I lasted through the learning curve, as I showed you the other day, what I was getting from my business was I was learning two very, very valuable things. Number one, I was learning how to sell by talking to people and them having them tell me no time after time after time. Like people in my family told me no, my friends told me no, people I didn't know told me no, people that I thought I knew told me no, everybody told me no. I'm not buying anything from you. You look at you. You're not even, you bought your car at the junkyard, for crying out loud. Why would I buy something from you? Right? My best friend said to me, he said, Myron, but if you're going to be successful, why do you drive that old raggedy car? Like, keyword, going to be, right? So I didn't know how to sell. I had no sales skills. Number two, I had no leadership skills. I didn't know how to lead. I didn't know how to lead people. You know what's really interesting? I remember in business, I used to go to trainings, they used to talk about leadership, and I was confused. I didn't know what they were talking about. I fully admit, I would go to these trainings, everybody's talking about leadership. Well, what does that mean, leadership? Well, I know what it means now, but I didn't know what it meant when I was 24, 25, 26, 27 years old. And they're talking to me about leadership. What does that mean? Well, leadership is your ability to develop in other people a desire to follow you. Yeah, I know John Maxwell says leadership is influence, but I want to use more than one word to define a word. So I'm going to give you a sentence, a full, complete thought to define a word. And my definition of leadership, or the best definition of leadership that I've ever discovered, and I don't know where I discovered it, to be quite honest. If I did, I'd tell you. The best definition of leadership is developing in other people a desire to follow you. Okay? I didn't have any leadership skills. I didn't have any marketing skills. I didn't know how to do marketing. In fact, I didn't even know what marketing was. I was in this thing called multi-level marketing, right? And I didn't even know it was multi-level marketing. I just thought I was selling insurance and investments. I was in this thing called multi-level marketing, and I didn't even know how to do marketing. I didn't even know what marketing was. I thought marketing was handing out brochures, just like some of you think. I thought marketing was handing out flyers. I thought marketing was handing out business cards. I thought marketing was getting my name out there. Marketing has absolutely nothing to do with getting your name out there. Marketing has more to do with getting their names in here. What does that mean? That means marketing is me collecting your information, not me giving you my information. Because here's the reality. I care about contacting you if I'm a business owner. You could care less about contacting me. That's real. That's real talk, right? So what you want to do is you want to develop some skills, some business skills. I had no management skills. I didn't have any management skills. I didn't have any accounting skills. I had nothing. I was like pitiful poor in the skill department. So guess what? Building a business, growing a business, running a business, having a business, all of it was hard for me because I was attempting to do all of these different things that I didn't know how to do. How many of you would agree? How many of you would agree that if you were going to do something, you were going to build a business that was going to make your life better, how many of you would agree that it would be better to only have to focus on one thing instead of all these 5 other things. How many of y'all would agree with that? Right? What if there were a way that you could build a business for yourself without having to focus on all these, without having to juggle bowling balls? Because that's what building a business is like when you first get started and you have no skills. It's like juggling bowling, not bowling pins, bowling balls. When those things hit you in the head, they hurt really bad, right? So here's what's interesting. Continuity businesses are some of the best businesses in the world. What is a continuity business? You have been doing business with continuity programs forever and not even knowing it. I got to stop walking up there because I'm walking out of the light. So you've been doing business with continuity programs forever. Your utility companies, all of them, your water company, your electric company, your gas company, all continuity programs. They're all continuity. Your cable, continuity. Your cell phone, continuity. They know do you know why Sprint is giving away free phones? Because they don't make money on the phones, they make money on the cell service. Continuity is continuity. Netflix is a multi-billion-dollar corporation that put other multi-billion-dollar corporations out of business. They put what was the name of that VCR, that video VHS tape renting thing? Blockbuster. They put Blockbuster out of business in like next to no time, right? So, how did they do it? They did it with a continuity program. They said, if you pay us $8.95 a month, you can watch unlimited number of movies, as many movies as you want to every month. And they got millions and millions of people to pay them $8.95. They didn't get a million. They got millions. Millions of people have Netflix account. Maybe tens of millions. Maybe hundreds of millions. But definitely tens of millions of people. Imagine, okay, here's what I want to do. I want to show you something. Imagine 10 million people. We're going to say 10 million times $8.95 times $8.95. So that's 10 million times $8.95. That's 80,950,000. 80 million. No, that's not. That's 89,500,000 dollars a month. And then they went public. You say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, I believe that everybody should have a continuity program. I've had continuity programs for years. And may I confess to you my shortfalls, my shortcomings as a business owner? Because, and I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something that you don't know yet, right? And that is, there comes a point where making more money is no longer inspiration. There comes a point where it doesn't matter. I don't mean it doesn't matter long term. More doesn't feel any different. Like, if your household expenses are $12,000 a month, and you're making $112,000 a month, going from $112,000 to $212,000 doesn't feel any different. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. Like, there comes a point if you've only, I want to make sure I don't sound condescending, because I don't mean to sound condescending at all. But I'm just telling you that if your whole life you've always had to deal with not having enough money, then you're constantly thinking about, okay, I got to get more. But there comes a point where more makes no difference at all. You have the car you want, you live in the house you want to live in, you have more clothes than you need, you don't need to go clothes shopping, you go when you want to go on vacation, you go, you stay as long as you want to stay, you do all the stuff while you're there you want to do, and money is not a problem. Like, if your vacation cost $8,000, $12,000, or $25,000, it doesn't matter. It's just that's what the money is there for. Okay? So my point being not, and that's not to make myself some great thing. I'm just telling you, there comes a point where making more money no longer motivates you. You will get to the point. Trust me now, you will get to the point in your life as you're becoming more and more successful, where it has to become about something other than just making more money. So what is that other thing? I don't know. I don't know what it is for you. But for me, it's building something that, yeah, that's a legacy for my children, but it's bigger than that. Because there comes a point where, well, how much more money do your children need, right? So here's what it comes down to. How can I change the world? Like, really, how can I change the world? Like, what can I do? When I say change the world, how can I make people's lives better who are not as close to me as my children, as close to me as my family, as close to me? How can I impact the lives of other people? And you work on things and work on things and work on things. And I came to this realization that I have worked really hard over the last 30, 40, 35, let me see, I started as 25 years old, over the last 30 years of my life to learn a lot of skills that it takes a long time to learn. And most people just aren't going to work that hard. I mean, that's the reality of it. I have worked very, very hard over a long period of time to develop a lot of skills that many people just aren't going to develop. And if they do develop them, it's going to take them years. Now, how many of you would like to shortcut your learning curve so that you can earn while you learn instead of, like me, having to wait until after you learn to earn? See, I couldn't earn until after I learned, right? So I said, what if I could create a platform that would give people the opportunity to earn while they learn instead of, like most of us had to do, those of us who've created some success up to this point, we've had to learn and then earn. Not learn a little, earn a little, learn a little, earn a little, learn a lot, learn a little more, earn a little more, learn a little more, earn a little more, learn a little more, earn a little bit, learn a lot, earn a lot, learn a little bit more, earn a lot more, earn a little more, earn a lot. And I said, what if we create a platform like that? And the only thing I can think of is continuity. I thought, if I can create a continuity program, but then I said, I'm gonna tell you the problems. I'm gonna show you the downside of continuity. Okay, I'm gonna show you the upside. I'm gonna show you. So let's write the word. Let's write the word. And when I write continuity, the word continuity. I'm not even gonna call it continuity. I'm gonna call it residual, because this is something you already know. I'm gonna call it residual income through continuity, right? So I got residual income through continuity, okay? I got residual income through continuity. Okay, what is residual income through continuity? Well, membership site. So, and I thought to myself, I can start a membership site and charge $100 a month. But let me ask you a question. If I started a membership site and I charged $100 a month, would that leave some people out? Yes? Talk to me, my peeps. I can see you are there. If I started a membership site and I charged $100 a month, would that leave some people out? And the answer is, unequivocally, it would leave some people out. So I said, why don't I start a membership site that even a teenager that has their first job working at McDonald's, they can afford? I'll start a business like that a teenager can start. If they're working at McDonald's and they're making $120 a week or $80 a week, they can do this. If somebody's a college student and they're waiting tables and they're only making, $40 a night, they can do this. Because this is less than $1 a day. Less than $1 a day. Okay? I said, I'm going to start a continuity program, and you already know how I came with the pricing because I've already shown you that. So I'm going to start a continuity program, and if I can give people the opportunity to earn $20, just forget about $20 a month. If I can give people the opportunity to earn $20, I'm going to pretend I don't know what I did with Trash Man and Cash Man. I got a bunch of them downstairs. So this book right here, let's pretend this book costs $20. I'm going to tell you something. I have made, I want you to hear me now, I have made millions of dollars, $20 at a time. Oh, y'all didn't hear what I just said. I have made millions of dollars, $20 at a time. My book, Trash Man to Cash Man, which was my first book that came out in 2006, I have sold over 140,000 copies. Say, why are you smiling? If you sold a book for over 140,000 copies, what would you do? Right? So, I have made a fortune $20 at a time. And I'm going to tell you something. $20 is going to be your fast track to $1 million. Now, not only is it going to be your fast track to becoming a virtual millionaire, it's going to be your fast track to becoming an actual millionaire. I'm talking about making 7 figures a year, right? So, I said, if I can just help people make $20, I can change their life. Now, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer, and I don't have a college degree, but I did graduate 12th grade. Took me 13 years, but I did it, right? And here's what I figured out. If your outgo, if it costs you, if your business, total business, costs you $27.99 a month, and every time you sell a membership, you make $20, all you have to do is sell 2 memberships, and you are profitable every month by $13.01. No, is that right? No, $12.01. Every month, you're profitable by $12.01 if you sell 2 memberships. I said, I want to make this such a total no-brainer that everybody says, I'm going to do this. Now, some of you are watching this right now and you're saying, well, I can't get excited about $12. You know why? Because you don't get it. That's $12 that you didn't have to spend an hour of your time for. That's $12 that you didn't have to spend a half an hour of your time for. That's just 12 automatic dollars. It's an automatic money machine. $12. Now, I'm going to tell you something. You think, well, I don't know. It's so funny to me that people have to think about whether or not to do this. Like, I don't know, $27.99, what all do I get? What all's in the membership? Wait a minute. You didn't ask that question about the $40 you spent last month on Starbucks. And it's putting no money in your pocket. And it's teaching you nothing. You didn't ask that about the money you spent last month on McDonald's. You didn't ask that about, well, what's coming on all those channels that I'm buying? I want to know what's coming on every channel before I spend my $170. You don't see we think we're being intelligent when we do that, but what we're really doing is we're showing our ignorance. Because let me show you the Virtual Millionaire Club. Yeah, it costs you $27.99 a month. Let me show you how much it cost me. First of all, I built it in ClickFunnels. So ClickFunnels is the version that I have, the Edison Suite, is $297 a month. So I pay $297 a month, so you only have to pay $27.99. I don't know. Seems like you got the long end of that stick. Okay, so not only do I have to pay $27.99, but every time a new member's card, every time a member's card gets charged, I have to pay 84 cents. So, by the way, we've got 160 something members right now, 160 plus, right? Times 84 cents, so I got $297 plus, we'll call it $150 more dollars just for the transaction fees. So now I'm up to $450 I'm spending. And you still only spent $27.99. You say, Myron, what's your point? My point is, you don't have the cost associated with having to start your own membership. People say, yeah, that sounds good, Myron, but I'm going to go start my own membership site. That's fine. I highly recommend you do that, but you're going to find out really, really quickly, it's a lot more financially and time challenging than you're expecting. One of the reasons that I am able to actually be able to provide tons of content is because I spent the last 14 years creating content. So I spent 14 years creating content. If you go start a membership site, you're gonna have to create content for that site. And then you're going to have to still do all the stuff you have to do with the Virtual Millionaire Club anyway. You're still going to have to go sell it. You're still going to have to go find members. You're still going to have to go make sales. And you're going to have all the costs associated with it and all the time associated with it, because you're going to have to invest a lot of your time, and it's going to drain your time battery because you got to go out and create all this new content all the time. I don't have to go out and create new content all the time because I've already got tons of content. If I don't create any new content for the next year, I've got enough content already that I've already created to put into the Virtual Millionaire Club. But you don't. So you don't have to go create the content. So I created this as a platform that can help you become wealthy. Let me give you a plan. Now, I want to ask you a question. How many of you watching me right now believe I can sell? I have sold millions of dollars worth of stuff. Millions. Millions of dollars worth of stuff. My clients have sold millions of dollars using the strategies that I've taught them to sell millions of dollars worth of stuff. Now, how valuable is it that you get to have a membership site that you don't have to create, you don't have to pay for, except for $27.99 a month, and then you don't even have to sell it to people. All you have to do when I do a presentation is share it in your Facebook timeline to your friends and put your affiliate link in it, and when they click it, you get paid. Now, I am not the sharpest knife in the drawer, but I'm sharp enough to figure out that that is a really, really, really amazingly good deal for you. By the way, it's not a bad deal for me either. So I'm going to tell you what my intent is. My intent, and by the way, I understand that my goal is something that I might not reach, but I think I will. My goal is in 5 years' time, 5 years, I want to have at least 1 million members. And by the way, I'm okay if all of you sell all those memberships and I don't sell any of them. Why? Because if we go out and we get 1 million members at $27.99 per month, I'm going to be paying out $20 million in commissions per month. Now you say, well, how can I be happy about that? Because I'm going to be making $7 million a month, which reminds me of the principle: if one will chase 1,000, two will put 10,000 to flight. Now the fact is, I'm really, really good at selling, and I could probably go out and sell enough memberships to get to $7 million a month by myself. But it'd be a lot more work for me, and then again, it would only be good for me. So I said, I'm going to create something where if all of you, here's what's really cool, gang. Here's what's really cool. You can start looking at things that you desire to do or desire to have. You might say, well, you know what? I want an S550, right? And by the way, I know there are a lot of people to tell you should never go into debt, but you should. I'm going to say it's not very smart to pay cash for a car, because the bank will loan you money cheaper than you can use your money. Anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. Let's say you want to buy an S550. If you want to buy an S550, if you put $10,000 down, your car payment's going to be about $2,000 a month. Okay? Put $10,000 down, your car payment's going to be about $2,000 a month. Guess what? $2,000 a month, all you got to do is go out and sell 100 memberships. You got an S550. And maybe an S550 is not what you want, but maybe it is. If an S550 is what you want, it's 100 memberships. Hey, I got a guy who just got started in the Virtual Millionaire Club. He sold 25 memberships in one day. 25 in one day. Okay? Maybe you just want to retire. Maybe you want to be able to travel the world, and all you need to do that is $5,000 a month. That's only 250 memberships. If he did, here's what that means. If he sold 25 memberships in one day, if he does that 10 days in a row, it'll take him 10 days to get to $5,000 a month. If you sell 25 memberships a month, it'll take you 10 months. Think about that. In 10 months, you can be at $5,000 a month. If you sold 50 memberships a month, you can be at $10,000 a month in 10 months. All I'm saying is, I created this platform so that you can have all of the benefits of having your very own membership site with none of the headache. I'm going to tell you something. This is what I believe. I believe that if you will promote this, if you will share this, if you will go out and make friends on Facebook, and you'll join groups on Facebook, and you'll contribute to those groups, not just go in there and spam with Virtual Millionaire Club links, but if you go and contribute to those groups, and you'll impact people's lives, and you'll start a Facebook page, and you'll build a following, it's worth that effort, because you don't have any of the back end work to do. And every time you sell a membership, you make $20.15 per month. That's why I started the Virtual Millionaire Club. For those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Virtual Millionaire Club, here's what I'm going to say do. Click the link above this video, because somebody who shared this with you, whoever's page you're watching this on, they shared it. Click their link, buy a membership from them. And then you go in and get your affiliate link and share your affiliate link and buy it from them. There are a whole lot more earnings opportunities. I'll do a Facebook live a little later this week and show you the income potential once we launch the other products, right? Because we have other products that are not monthly products. They're one-time products, but when I launch them, you're going to make a lot of money. Now, the only reason I haven't launched them yet is because we're trying to make it so that the software doesn't give people the link to buy it too early. We want the people who bought through your membership to buy the other products from you, from your affiliate link, after you get a chance to buy it. So, with that in mind, here's what I'm going to say. Like, literally, every day. Myron, what would you do? I would take your affiliate link and say, hey, I would do two things. I would start inboxing people with a link to the videos that I've been doing, whichever one spoke to you the most. I saw this video, it was amazing, here's why it was amazing. And by the way, if you like it, here's a link to get started. And just start inboxing 10 people a day. Inbox 20 people. You say, I don't have an email list. Okay, but you got friends on Facebook. Inbox those people with a link to the video, one of the videos that I've done, and then inbox those people with your affiliate link and say, if you want to get started, this is amazing, and it can change your life. And give people an opportunity to get started. So I've got some stuff I'm working on my end to make it easier for you. You go and just do your part, and be a plotter. You don't have to be a home run hitter. You may not be a Keisha Bass who can go out and sell, I don't even remember how many she sold, like 16 memberships in your first 6 days. You may not be a Kemp Satchel who goes out and sells 25 memberships in one day. But if you can just go out, if you can sell one membership a day, you are going to be rich in a very short period of time. If you can just get one person a day to buy a membership, because and by the way, my recommendation: don't emphasize the money, emphasize the education, emphasize the stuff you're learning. The money's great. The money's great. Trust me, the money's great. Like, you're gonna be like, you go out and you get 10 members, you're making $200 a month. That's your car insurance. That's your electric bill. But you go out and you get if you get a member every other day, that's 15 memberships a month. 15 memberships a month. You do that for 10 months, that's 150 members. You do that for 20 months, that's 300 members. Now 300 members, now you're at 6,000 a month. Do you see how this works? It's not about how fast can I get to the money, how fast can I get to the money. It's about being steady. It's about being the tortoise, not being the hare. And just and if you will focus on the activity, I promise you the results will take care of themselves. Become disciplined doing your activities daily. Inbox people daily. Go in your Facebook profile and send people a link and say, hey, check this out. This is really powerful. Don't be the last to find out about it. You got to watch this video. It blew my mind. And Keisha can, you're watching right now. You can testify as whether I'm telling the truth or not. Well, Keisha's so excited about the content, she just tells people, you got to watch this video. I've never seen anything like this before. And they watch it, and they're like, okay, I'm ready. How do I get started? Like, really, it's not about just telling people about how much money they can make. The money is fine. But I'm going to tell you something. People are a little taken back by all this business opportunity hype out there. And you can't really blame them, because everybody's promising you the moon. Here's what I promise you. I promise you, if you become a member of the Virtual Millionaire Club, you're going to learn some really, really cool stuff about business. You're going to learn some really, really cool stuff about personal finance. And you're going to learn some really, really cool stuff about how to practice biblical principles. And that is worth the $27.99 a month. And as a bonus, you can promote it. And if other people buy through your affiliate link, you're going to make $20 a month. So with that in mind, I'm going to let you go. I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. And by the way, as I like to tell members when I'm talking to them on the phone, I'm not buying a membership. I already have one. And I'm not selling you one. You already have one. So I might as well just go ahead and let you go right now, so you can go to talk to somebody who you can help with this membership. All right. Be blessed, my people. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. You are my peeps. We're going to do this thing. Let's go get those 1 million members in 5 years or less. All right. See you soon. It probably won't be tomorrow, but it might be Thursday. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.